Brisbane have climbed to fifth on the A-League ladder after a 2-0 win over Melbourne Heart, which was highlighted by a first-half screamer from Thomas Broy.
Yes, and with their take on the match is Fox Sports commentators Simon Hill and Robbie Slater.
Well, this was a vital game for both Brisbane Roar and for Melbourne Heart. Brisbane looking to return to the top six, where they've not spent too much time this season. Melbourne Heart just trying to keep their season alive. In the end, Robbie Slater, it was just really no contest. Brisbane Roar so superior virtually in every department.
They were, and the only surprise, Simon, I guess, is it finished 2-0. And so dominating was the first hour of play, particularly the first half where Thomas Broy got back to his best of the last two seasons. And Mitch Nichols was really good. Franjic and Hingert rotated down the right-hand side. The opening goal came from, well, what, Simon, you called a controversial penalty. You thought it was soft. Mitchinson, the young left fullback, on Franjic. I think once he comes in from behind, it's clumsy enough to give that spot kick. No doubt from Berisha from the spot. The power takes it past Redmayne, who guessed the right way, but just too much power on it, even though he did get a hand to it. And from then, it really could have been anything, but the second goal was something special.
Sure was. Takes a good penalty, doesn't he, Bessart Berisha? But what about this from fellow import Thomas Broy? He hasn't scored too many goals this season, just 2 before today, but he gave this one an absolute belting from long range.
Yeah, look, Mavis with the mistake out on in the middle of the park, in the middle of the penalty box there. Once he picked it up, they didn't really close him down, but he had one thing in his mind. Look how that dipped and swerved and whistled past Redmayne before he even dived, I think, and it was truly one of the goals of the season. Fantastic strike.
The only thing that you said a little bit beforehand was that they didn't score more goals. That was the only thing that would perhaps frustrate Mike Mulvey.
Yeah, look, I think at times it got a little bit too easy. It was amazing how much possession they had in and around the penalty box. Melbourne Heart were just not at the races. And times they tried to walk the ball into the net. They hit the post in the second half from Nayland, who'd come on as a substitute. They should have had more. They made it a little bit uneasy. They lost their rhythm a bit. Mitch Nichols went off in the second half, and Melbourne Heart got a little bit better with the coming on of Babal and then after Dylan McAllister, but really didn't worry Theo. Theo only had really one save to make, and that was right at the death when David Williams shot across him. Other than that, I think the champions really showed a performance that if they can make the six, though, they'll have a say.
What of Melbourne Heart? Their season, of course, is now over officially. They can't make the finals. The second time in 3 years they have missed out on the end-of-season showdown. It's been a disappointing campaign, particularly away from home. This was their 11th defeat on the road this season. We talked
about it in the pre-game. 15 months without an away win. Oh, well, a win away from Melbourne. And the season started so promising. They won the derby. Remember, they battered Brisbane Roar 4-1. And then it's just fallen away. Now, look, there are circumstances. Bajic left, Moroney left, Hamill and Curtis Good left before the start of the season. We were hearing that might have been a big part of that back four that he was going to play. And then, of course, Babal came in, not match fit. Fred, a lot of injuries this season. Germano as well, stop and start. So very inconsistent, but not good enough away from home, and a very disappointing season.
OK, so Melbourne Heart out of the equation along with Wellington. It is now 2 from 4 for 5th and 6th spot. And Brisbane, with a home game to come against Sydney FC here on Thursday, are in pole position.